Welcome to our story session for this evening. Okay, so as you might have noticed in the title of the video, um, it's similar to a live session that I did yesterday, and unfortunately, yesterday the audio was not good because I was connected to a Bluetooth device. So I've decided to um, come back again today with a similar topic, with the hope that the audio is going to be working for us today. Yeah, if you are joining us, very good evening from Tokyo. It's great to have you today. Yeah, so a lot of people, yeah, so studying in Japan as an international student is something that a lot of people very much look forward to. They actually yeah, it's on a lot of people's minds, and a lot of times you will get to hear very good stories about Japan, like oh, I really want to go to Japan because um, it's just a very good place to study and all this. And I think when we are too excited about going to a to a place like Japan, I think we tend to forget that um, it also comes with its own challenges. So I'd like to talk about the challenges today. Very much what I'm going to talk about today. I think it has already been covered in previously in one of my live sessions, but I want to cover them again today because the audio was not good yesterday. Yeah, so yeah, everything has two sides. Like there's a good side and there's a bad side. So today I want to talk about the challenges of studying in Japan as an international student. Okay, so the first thing is the language. Okay, before I even talk about that, I think I need to make it clear that even if you don't speak the language, you can still survive in Japan. Like for me, I've been here for more than 2 years now, and my Japanese is very bad. But I still survive. Excuse me, as a student here. But having said that, I think um, it is going to be more enjoyable for you as a foreigner living and studying here in Japan if you know some form of Japanese. Now, why did I say that? Well, the reason is, like, if you know Japanese, um, I think you will find it really easy for you to get around, access services and all this here in Japan. Like nowadays, I think if you live in cities, in big cities like Tokyo, I think you will notice that a lot of shops and a lot of places like they have English speaking people, but besides that, I think not a lot of people speak English here in Japan, especially Japanese people. So if you know some form of Japanese, um, you will really enjoy your time here in Japan. Like you will converse with people, you will get to um, interact more with others, um, compared to like if you only know English, which is what uh, what is which is my case. Like I don't really speak Japanese, so a lot of times I rely on um, what's this Google Translate, or I rely on my friends to sort of explain to me. I mean, to sort of help me translate stuff into English so that I can understand. But yeah, I think the point is, if you're planning on coming to Japan to study as an English speaking person, I think you need to keep in mind that I think one of the challenges that you're going to face here in Japan is the language. So um, you need to be prepared for that. Like uh, if you are going to take an extra class just to understand some Japanese words, then be prepared for that. Um, a lot of universities they offer classes in English. Sorry, in Japan they offer Japanese classes. Like some universities they offer classes for free in Japanese, or you can, or if your university doesn't offer classes in Japanese, you can also find other ways to learn Japanese. Yeah, but having said that, as I've mentioned at the outset of this video, I don't speak Japanese, and you can totally survive in Japan without speaking Japanese. But yeah, if you want to have uh, a wholesome experience here in Japan as a foreigner living and studying here, I think it's better for you to learn some form of Japanese. Okay, so that is our first challenge. The second one is, I think, the weather. I think this is not really a challenge for a lot of people who have a similar weather like Japan. Like if you're coming from Europe or you're coming from America, um, yeah, I think the weather there is quite similar to Japan. But if you come from a place like the Solomons, where I come from, where we only have two seasons, like the wet season and the sunny season, I think it you're going to find it a bit different when you come to Japan. Like yeah, during winter it's quite cold, especially if you live up north. The weather is pretty much okay if you're in Tokyo, like it's not a really cold. But yeah, Japan is a country that like in summer it's very hot and humid, and in winter it can be quite cold. So yeah, that is a challenge if you come from a place that is of a different weather to that of Japan. So keep that in mind if you are a student um, looking for an opportunity to come to Japan. That is something that you also need to think about. Okay, so the third challenge is, what is the third challenge? Paperwork. Oh yeah, just remember paperwork. So Japan is a country that I think they still use a lot of paper. Like although they are really advanced in terms of technology, something is like they still love their uh, love to document a lot of things on paper. So if you're going to get like, for example, I gave this example previously, like if you're planning to go and get a SIM card from a cell phone company, um, you will expect to sign a lot of papers um, just to get the SIM card. So here's my experience. Like a few years ago, I went to a cell phone company to get a new SIM card, and I spent more than 2 hours in a shop just to get the SIM card because I was taken to a very lengthy process of signing a lot of things like related to my bank account and my where I live and all this. So they have to be, they have to keep all this stuff on paper, keep all this stuff on paper. So it's quite frustrating. Like if you come from a place that like you don't do a lot of paperwork, um, I think living in Japan uh, will be quite strange to you because they are so paper centered when it comes to doing business and all this. So please expect a lot of paperwork. Like for another example is like if you move into a new apartment, um, yeah, expect to deal with a lot of paper. If yeah, if you want to get um, to open a new bank account or yeah, there are a lot of things that requires a signature and all this. Like they always love to put everything on paper. So that is Japan for you. Um, if you have the same thing in your country, I think you'll not find it difficult to adapt if you come to Japan as a student. But if you don't, then you're now getting it from me. Expect to deal with a lot of paperwork. Anyways, we have someone in the house, Jace. Yes, thanks for joining. Um, yeah, so that is the third challenge. Okay, the final the f- my final challenge is the final challenge is I think the culture and the people. Um, I think Japanese people are some um like I think Japanese people are some of the most well mannered people in the world. Like culturally, they are very respectful. They show a lot of respect, and they always go out of their way to help others. But there is something about um, the way of life here in Japan that I think for me, I I don't know, but maybe it's because I come from an island country, but like in my country, this is like I come from Solomon Islands, like an island country in the Pacific, and back home, like it's natural like to strike a random conversation with strangers on the street. Like you meet someone, you say hello, and then you talk about stuff and all this. But when I came to Japan, like it's really strange. Like you don't just walk up to strangers on the street and then talk to them. It's not like that. Like the way of life here is like people keep to themselves, and like people keep to themselves, and they are not really outgoing. And I find it to be quite strange to me. And like if you live in a place that you don't have any other international friends, I think it can be quite lonely at times. Now, I visited one of my friends who live in one of the prefectures here in Japan called Shiga once, and I noticed that like the place is so quiet, and like it's kind of strange. Like you don't see anyone, or even if you see people around, like they're just quiet, and it's kind of lonely. Like, yeah, if you live in such a place. So, um, if you are a student who is thinking of coming to Japan to study, then don't be surprised if you live in a city that is like that. Okay, so currently I'm living in Tokyo, and I think Tokyo is very international. Like you'll get to find a lot of mm, you'll get to find a lot of foreigners, and sometimes like you might not notice what I'm trying to get at, like what I'm trying to say. But if you go to other cities, I think you will notice that, yeah, a lot of people like in Japan is generally quiet. Everyone is so quiet, and it can be quite lonely at times. So if you are an international student coming to Japan, make sure to hook up with other international students. Try to reach out to other international students who are here in Japan, and then yeah, you guys can hang out. Otherwise, if you keep to yourself and all this, like it can be mentally exhausting sometimes. Like um, yeah. So yeah, we have someone in the house. Anime Earth is studying in Japan. Be a good choice for an undergrad student. Love you, brother from India. Oh, thank you so much, Anime Earth, for the question. Okay, so I have a lot of I have some friends from my country who are also studying here, doing an undergrad undergrad student. They're doing undergrad courses. So I think my answer to that is it depends. Like, how good is your Japanese anime Earth? If your Japanese is good, then I would advise you to consider that, because I think a lot of undergrad courses in Japan are only provided in Japanese. But y- yeah, I think it's doable. Like it's not impossible. You can do it. Like if you want to do an undergrad course in Japan, you can do it. Like I know some Japanese I mean some international students who came to Japan to do undergrad studies, and yeah, they survived. Yeah, but the only thing is, if yeah, as I mentioned, okay, good. If you are interested to learn Japanese, and if you think you can manage to learn Japanese, then I will advise you like to consider coming to Japan to do an undergrad study. Uh, for your information, I'm currently doing a master's program. So for those who are doing uh, post grad or in graduate schools, a lot of courses are like a lot of universities offer courses like both in Japanese and English. But for undergrad studies, uh, yeah, I think a lot of undergrad schools they only offer the courses in Japanese. I might be wrong, but that is what I heard. So if you are showing an interest to learn Japanese, then I would advise you to come. I would encourage you to come. And normally, like if you are doing a course that is offered entirely in Japanese, you will be enroll into a Japanese course. Yeah, so that will really help you to do your undergrad here. Yeah, thanks, my friend, for your question. So, are you planning like to come to Japan? Like, so what's your plan? Are you planning to come soon, or have you already in the process of applying? Hmm. Okay, so here's another question. Can we get from Anime Earth? Can we get a decent placement direct after completing an undergrad course in Japan? Because in India, it's too competitive for jobs, and where can I learn Japanese online? Okay, so okay, so um, my friend, I think to answer your question, I would first say that like I haven't done my undergrad studies here in Japan, so I might not have all the answers to your question. But what I'm going to tell you now is based on what I heard from my friends. Like I have some friends who are in college here in Japan. Like they got a scholarship to come to Japan and they're in college. And some of them decided like to remain in Japan and work. So I think they are finishing this April. Sorry, next month, March. And I think um, they've applied for jobs here in Japan, and I haven't really heard from them whether they got the jobs already. But like, I heard that like if you are doing an undergrad here in Japan, um, I think like it depends on what kind of job you want. Um, I think you can apply. You can get. I mean, you can able to apply for jobs in your final year. Yeah, so I heard about that. I don't know how easy it is to get a job, but yeah, there are a lot of foreigners here who came um, first as students, and then after studying they remain here in Japan to work. Mm. Sorry if I don't really have the correct answer to your question. But if like I noticed like by your name, Anime Earth, that you must be into a lot of anime, right? What sort of anime is your favorite? There's a lot of foreigners, Indians, people from Bangladesh, Nepal, who are working here in the IT business here in Japan. So yeah, I think you will definitely find a job in the IT industry, yeah, here in Japan. Otherwise, like um, there are some other jobs that you can do, but I think an IT, hmm, a job in the IT sector is a good choice. Oh, it's nice to hear that you are into a lot of anime. Mm. I'm not a real big fan of anime, by the way. So if you're into anime, I can like that shows that you have an interest in learning the Japanese language, so it's very good. Vikash. Oh, thank you, Vikash. Thank you so much, my brother, for all the love. I really appreciate it, my brother. Uh, yeah, I'm, I really appreciate taking the time to talk to me during this session. Thank you so much. Which part of India are you from? Mm, Pradesh State. Ah, Uttar Pradesh State. Okay, so I hope to make some more videos related to studying in Japan. Uh, um, very soon. I've made some videos already. They are on my channel. Like if you haven't watched them, you can go and watch them. Maybe I will link the the playlist consisting of all the videos that I've made relating to studying here in Japan in the description box later on. Yeah, but uh, it's really wonderful talking to you this evening. Yeah, we we have a lot of international students here in Japan, all over the world. There are scholarships for you to come to Japan to study, and I'm on a scholarship, Japanese scholarship, to come. I'm on a Japanese scholarship currently. That's why I'm here in Japan. And yeah, as I've mentioned, um, studying here in Japan as an international student also comes with its own challenges. And in this video, I've talked about the language, the weather, um, the way of doing business, like paperwork and all this, and also the culture, like the people. Like it can be quite challenging at times, but having said that, like challenges are there to encourage us to move forward. So if you are strongly thinking about coming to Japan to study, please keep those challenges in mind, and try and find ways like to deal with those challenges, because like I think challenges are good. Like they keep us in check. Like they help us um, to be alert. Like who are we without challenges? Challenges are always going to be there wherever we are. So yeah, it's nice to identify the challenges and then to work on tackling them. Yeah, so if you have a strong mind to come to Japan to study, and like if you really want to come and study, then do your own research and find out which city you want to study, what university you want to study at, and go for it. Yeah, there are going to be challenges, but then yeah, you can do it. Yeah, so I hope to um, make more videos. I'm planning like maybe to do regular live updates on this channel to talk about the scholarship and all this. So yeah, keep watching, and yeah, I hope to see you soon. Yeah, I'm so happy that we have people uh, in the room, in the house today, especially my brother uh, Vikash, Vikash from India. Yeah, who says that he will apply for the Max scholarship next year, and if he is lucky, he might able to come next year, or else he will apply again after learning Japanese. Yeah. Yeah, so before we finish this session, Vikash, just I think just a note for you. Like, if you want to apply for the scholarship, Max scholarship, I think you don't need to be you don't need to know Japanese before they accept you. You can They can still accept you even if you don't know Japanese. So yeah, so just go for it. If you want to apply for the Max scholarship, then just apply. And then, like, if you want to learn some Japanese before applying, then it's also up to you. But normally, like, if you apply, um, if you got the scholarship and your Japanese is not good, then you can be enrolled in a Japanese school on your arrival here in Japan before you do your undergrad. Yeah, so look out for the application uh, announcement in your country, and then go for it. Okay, I think that's all we have for today. Thank you so much for watching. My brother Vikash, thank you so much. I really appreciate taking the time to comment and to talk. And I will see you in the next one. Bye bye. Thank you again.